I welcome Professor Ang, Professor R.C. Bhattacharya, Professor Shivakumar, and Dr. Gatsi. Aparajita, thank you, and all the students who are listening in. Our roundtable is how B schools are changing their curriculum to adapt to business challenges of post-COVID era. The pandemic has changed the entire world. Everything about our life has changed forever. Everything that we did, we do differently. We shop differently. We eat different foods. We connect with relatives and friends differently. We celebrate birthdays and weddings differently. We even, witness funerals of relatives and friends differently. And most importantly, we work differently.
So how should we transform business education? Okay, what we have is, it has been drummed into B schools that what we need to do is produce work-ready graduates. Give them the skills that is necessary immediately when they enter the job market. What I think we need is critical thinking graduates who questions conventional wisdom and things like that. We teach them artificial intelligence. We teach them digital economy, but we never teach them the privacy of individuals that is compromised by artificial intelligence and the digital economy.
University announced it to be a 2-week study leave, but during that study leave is the study leave for the students. It's not a study leave for the academicians, because at that time, the 2 weeks was really, really hectic, because we are learning something exceptionally new, something that we have not done before. To bring lessons online, everybody is learning how to create videos. We are expected to upload videos that we pre-record, because at the beginning, some students of some areas could have internet issue, so we will not be able to have a live lesson very smooth, so they will be like lagging halfway through. So at that time, the ministry is actually very concerned about disadvantaged students of the rural area. So what if the city people are able to have a very good connection in the internet, but how about the rural area? They will be lagging behind.
I think our curriculum has not changed so much, but the mode of delivery has changed. We have adopted 2 modes of delivering our curriculum. One is the full virtual mode, that is the full online mode. Then we have the hybrid or the blended mode, where sometimes we come face to face in smaller numbers than it used to be, and we also engage them as part of the delivery of the curriculum on online basis. The university went ahead to put in place a policy on online teaching. We have up to 70% online and 30% face-to-face. The first 2 interface is for face-to-face. Then we interlace it with online and then end it up with face-to-face.
Globsin believes that the content has to be relevant, and we change our curriculum every year, at least 10% per year, because the context is changing. Previously Java wasn't there, cloud wasn't there, so all the time something happens, we add on. Similarly, the culture, our culture is empathy, and everybody in our Globsin not only has to study the relevant subjects, but also they have to get skill, but mostly they have to be empathetic, and they have to be humane nature. I think Shivakumar also mentioned about that.
Question from Ritu Singh: how to enhance and encourage business students to collect more practical hands-on knowledge rather than indulging into theoretical concepts?
I will encourage all students, whether they are graduates to be or not, they have to be more proactive to pick up all this digital literacy. In this new normal, it is very essential because we do not know when it will end.
Professor Manas Chakraborty, one of the senior professor from Globsin Business School, he has a question. Typically, B-School curriculum changes to meet the change in business practices, but COVID-driven changes in business practices are still evolving. How can B-School anticipate the changes to make COVID-specific change in curriculum?
I think the development of the world, our society and business depends on continuous learning. We have embraced COVID-19 in the first phase, second phase, and whatever we are today by adapting and innovating. And I believe that is what we should integrate into how we embrace if the COVID-19 continues to be with us. And that, I believe, will be the solution.
Thank you very much, all of you. It's really been a privilege to talk to you. And I've learned that, we are not the only ones with problems. Every country, rich or poor, in whatever the continent, whatever geographies, we are all faced with these huge issues in this corona era. Thank you very much.